Update from yesterday's video. Like I told you, I didn't ever forget to finish watching Tori's video, so I finished watching it today. And so she never actually officially took the loss. She was just stuck in the drawdown. And you know, the trade eventually went in her favor. But she was just talking about how that was a once in a lifetime, or that was a once in every go round that's okay to do. She even talked about how bad it is that she broke so many of her rules. And you know, granted, this one played out, but who's to say it's going to play out again? Who's to say that it's going to play out every single time that you do something like that? That's why you have to be so careful with doing things like that, because it's dangerous. You never know the time that you're breaking your rules. You don't know if that's going to be the time where it's actually going to benefit you, where it's actually going to pay off. Because it could be the time where you absolutely crash and burn. And I just appreciate her for talking about that in such a way, because it's like people get so blindsided whenever it comes to trading and following your rules and making the rules. Like, you make the rules for a reason, you follow your rules for a reason. And you know, every now and then, yeah, some rules do get broken, some rules get bent a little bit, and it benefits you, but in the long run it can really hinder you. So you just really have to be careful out there with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to harp a little bit about that, but I really wanted to talk to y'all about, you know, stop setting limitations on yourself. Like, the limits that you place on yourself are crazy. Like, it's one thing, like I said, it's one thing to have rules and to set those rules and follow them. It's a whole nother thing to try to fit yourself into a box and create limitations for yourself. Like, things that you try to super exceed, or you say, I don't want to go too far, I don't want to do too much. And it's like, sometimes you setting limitations on yourself, it's like you clipping your own wings. You know, you don't get to soar as high, you don't get to fly as far as you really want to. And it's a shame, because you can really do more than what you think you can. You can really put in 10 times more effort than you really feel that you can. You know, even for me, last week, like I told you, I was down and out. I was not feeling it. But it's like, it got to a point where I was like, Tab, if you don't shake this off, if you don't get up and do something, you're going to fall into the ether. You're going to just fall back into doing nothing. And you know how it felt when you were doing that. It doesn't feel good. And then you're going to have to start all over. Then you're going to have to climb back up. And it's like, why do that? Why put yourself in such a tight little box that you can't breathe, you can't move around, you can't do the things that you need to do? Don't do that. Stop limiting yourself, okay? Those self-doubt, those self-limited beliefs, chuck those. Get them out of here. Because it's like, you sit there and you dwell on them and you really harp along and you really just start to think about it, and it's just like, man, is that all I can do? Am I really not better than what that? Am I not better than what I say I am? Like, no, you have to tell yourself every day, yes, I am. I am better. I can do much better. I am stronger. Like, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, I am a child of God. Like, it is so much things out here that I can conquer and defeat. Like, especially with him on my side. But it's just like, we shrink ourselves so much because what we seeing is not what we believe that is supposed to be happening right now. And it's like, okay, but you're going to get there. But you're never going to get there if you could just continue to shrink yourself. You're never going to get there if you just continue to, woe is me, this ain't going right, this ain't going right. Life is just upside down. And it's like, bro, life is what you make it. Life is literally what you make it. If you sit there and you say those kind of things all the time, then yes, it's going to be dreary, gloom and bloom. And you're going to have nobody to thank but yourself. Congratulations, you played yourself. And it's like, no, we're too grown for that. We're too old for that. We're not about to sit here and play like that. We got things that need to be done. So, take those limitations off. Spread your wings and fly, bro. Spread your wings and fly, sis. We got way too much going on to just be sitting there and just digging our own grave. For what? We don't have time for that. There's plenty of people out here that's gonna do this and drag you down and not believe in you and just put fear into you. And it's like, all you have to continue to uplift yourself. You have to continue to encourage yourself. You have to continue to fight. because it's gonna suck. Like, I'm not happy right now with the fact that I can't do anything. And how many times have I been on this channel and telling y'all, like, I'm not happy with either my performance or with how I'm moving or how I'm doing things, or the fact that I blocked myself from my own blessing. And it's like, sometimes it just feels like it's a fumble after a fumble after a fumble. And it's like, yeah, life gets like that. But like I told y'all, a lot of times it just be us getting in our own way. A lot of the things that has happened, trading wise, for me, not even a lot, honestly, all of it has been my fault in one way, shape, or form. Even if it's on some, that year, wherever, when I was transitioning from Forex to futures, because all the Forex brokers was on some fugazi stuff. I mean, that at the end of the day wasn't necessarily my fault, but it's like it was things that I could do to maneuver around it, to do better, to get better, and just to sharpen my skills. You just have to continue to take responsibility for stuff, even when you feel like you're not at fault. How else are you gonna get better? How else are you gonna get better? That's really all I got for y'all tonight, man. I just had to come up here and really talk to y'all about that, and especially, like I said, that Tory video really hit home, because I've told y'all that plenty of times. Like, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and it's like, it's never okay to break your rules until it's okay to break your rules. But it's like, even that, like I said that as a joke, because it's a joke, because it's really not okay to break your rules. Like, you should really follow your rules to the T every single time, because yeah, you're gonna have those certain days where if you don't follow your rules, you're gonna crash and burn. And then those every once in a blue moon days where it's like, okay, let me just lift this one rule really quick because the trade is going in my favor. And sometimes one rule contradicts the other one. You want to set your risk, you want to set where you want to exit out the trade, but what happens when the trade just start running and just start dumping? And it's like, okay, this is also a time where I can capitalize off of this. I need to capitalize off my winners. So it's like, you really gotta feel for the market and combat, which rules are meant to be broken at what times. But all in all, follow your rules. You have them for a reason. Rules are not meant to be broken, okay? So take it with a grain of salt. I hope you heard me loud and clear with everything I said. But that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for still locking in with the kid. Even after those couple days that I was just in my own fields, and that's crazy. I'm not happy that happened like that, because I really, from the time that I started this, I really wanted to hit that everyday thing. And if it wasn't every day, at least every other day would have been great. But that was too long of a stretch for me, and I don't want to do that again. So I still appreciate y'all for showing up, troops, especially y'all, because y'all always stay rocking with me. Y'all always leaving me love, y'all subbing up, y'all sharing the videos, y'all commenting, and I appreciate that. So I really do. Even if it's one comment in every 5 videos, I appreciate y'all for, locking in with the kid and just keeping me motivated to keep talking to y'all, because that lets me know that somebody's listening, somebody's gaining, somebody's learning, and that's all I can ask for. That's all. That's the only purpose of this mission right here, is just to help somebody else along this journey. So that's really all I got. If this your first year, second year, third time coming back to the channel, go ahead and hit the sub button. You want to, you might as well. You keep coming over here to see what I'm talking about, you might as well. If not, that's kind of weird. It's like real player haterish, but hey. Judge not, for you will be judged. Yeah, go ahead. If you already subbed up, leave your girl a like. I'm getting jumping up over my words, so y'all know what that is. It's really time for me to wrap it up. I hope that y'all have a blessed night, day, week, month, year, 2025. What a time to be alive. What a time to thrive and strive for greatness. I'm starting to feel a little bit better too. The voice is still just a little bit gone, but we're getting there. I appreciate y'all. It's your girl, TP Tab. I'm out.